In 2014, QUT launched its first advertisement in its Graduate Success campaign series through its agency BCM. These advertisements featured past QUT graduates in their successful and adventurous lives while giving a shout out back to QUT for providing them with industry connections and real-world courses. QUT's message strategy was to position QUT in consumers' mind as a university for the real world. They accomplished this by thoroughly researching the lifestyles that appeal to their target audience and tailoring an advertisement to them that would grab their attention and subconsciously position QUT as their top university preference. This target audience consisted of primarily young Australians living in Brisbane and surrounding regions, both males and females typically aged between 16 and 21. These consumers fall under the young optimism segment of the Roy Morgan research. According to this research, these consumers are interested in having an outgoing, adventurous lifestyle, achieving a successful career, traveling overseas, and improving future life prospects. That's why QUT's campaign was built around the big idea of students wanting to achieve a life full of fun, success, and adventure. The authenticity and accessibility of this approach has been proven to connect strongly with consumers, validating why QUT has been a market leader for quite some time in the higher education department. QUT's objectives were to reinforce their brand image, increase QUT as a university preference among 16 to 21-year-olds, and to promote the value of completing a university degree at QUT. The agency responsible for the Graduate Success campaign was BCM. The appeals they decided to use included primarily adventure but also rational. This approach was very appropriate considering the big idea used and the younger target audience this advertisement was tailored to. They decided to use a one-sided message strategy and utilized a testimonial executional technique. QUT's Graduate Success advertising campaign has successfully followed the ADA model. We can see how the campaign has effectively gained their target audience attention, held on to the viewer's interest, and aroused their desire in the hope of attaining the buying action of the target audience. A prime example of this has been demonstrated in QUT graduate Renee Ruby's success story. From the initial shots of the iconic Brooklyn Bridge and city skyline, an accompanying adventurous soundtrack to following Renee's business success and extravagant city life of New York, it successfully creates interest and desire for the target audience. Since the first advertisement in the success series, QUT have followed the same effective formula by using a higher recall at the start and end of their advertisements. This has been accomplished by beginning the advertisement with an upbeat tone and iconic landmarks overseas while finishing on the big idea that QUT is the first step into a fun and successful professional adult life. By following the successful formula, QUT evokes positive emotion amongst the target audience, that this target audience then begins to associate these feelings towards QUT, and this in essence further reinforces QUT in consumers' minds as a university for the real world. To the relaxed style and the way the graduates share their stories and lifestyles to the exciting shooting style and extravagant place makes QUT advertisements distinctly memorable. This tone clearly reflects QUT's brand personality and atmosphere a student could expect to experience on its multiple campuses. The primary source of media that was utilized during this campaign included a 45-second TV advertisement. This one aired in 2014, with more being created featuring other graduates being released a few months after one another. These advertisements were extended to print, outdoor, billboard, and online material. A TV commercial was a very appropriate use of media, considering the broad target market that needed to be reached and the mass media coverage a TV commercial provides. Airing this commercial in prime-time viewing was the most effective way to reach this broad target market. QUT, however, recognized the trend of their target market straying away from commercial TV and growing trend of virtual reality. On the 26th of July 2015, QUT became the first university in Australia to offer a virtual reality experience at its opening day at its Gardens Point campus. Its Global Goggles was a custom VR app that connected possible students with the world by delivering famous landmarks from iconic cities to show that the world is closer than most of this target audience thinks. This marketing tactic went viral over social media while the mainstream media assisted in increasing the conversation.